All right, I have to eliminate 2 of these, I think, because I don't want to make 2 pages of this. All right, hold on. What are the two weakest sounds we have here? Okay, it's a good one. I haven't listened to any of these yet, so hopefully none of these scream the N-word.
Dude, shut up. Oh my God, mods, ban this loser. Jesus Christ.
Okay, it's a good one.
I am a Maoist third worldist. I'm in favor of all Maoist third worldist emancipatory movements, okay?
I don't know if we'll use that one.
Keck.
Okay, maybe.
Oh my God, this is so soy. This is so unimaginably soy.
That's a good one. Okay. I just love that. I'm sorry, okay.
Solidarity with my Coomer brothers.
Okay, yeah.
This is a stupid argument.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, okay. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm dying. I'm sorry. I'm very easily amused. I'm sorry.
What? What? Wait, what? What? What a fucking liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude.
Fuck. Okay, I think I have to make a second page. Never mind. I have 2 more. Okay, I don't know how we do this. You're welcome to Furtive. Are you the one that emails me these? There's a way to like go left and right. Am I crazy? Create folder, create multi-action. No. Oh, next page, previous page. That's what I'm looking for. Previous. Next. Will that do? Oh, okay. There we go. Wait, nope. Hold on. It took me to. Should still HVH Soundboard. They have some good ones here. We build our own stuff here. Okay. What is this? POV. You're breaking into the wrong house.
Oh, you brought it back to the party, aren't you cute? I'll break into your house. What the fuck you gonna do about it, bitch? Oh, you brought it back to the party, aren't you cute? I don't know if you know who we are, but we're the Taylor boys. I think you might have came to the wrong house. And by the looks of you, I can handle you myself, but to be honest, I think he's got you. Connor, why don't you go lock the door, honey? I know nobody knows you're here, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of everything from here. He's gonna watch you for a second while I make a quick phone call. It'll be just a second. Don't worry about it. Yeah, 811? I need to dig a hole. Yeah, I know it's the 3rd time this week. Yeah, I'll hold.
Today's not your day, buddy.
Oh, you're fucked.
We're gonna fuck you.
Up. Right?
Hey guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I just want
Right.
to let y'all know that that's not actually my family in the video. I was using the green screen to make it look like I was a part of them, but I don't even know those guys. I just thought it'd be a funny twist for the video.
Is that ironic or is that intentional? What do you think? Bro, I was on some wild algo last night. What?
Facial expressions that you should add to your expression portfolio when conversing with other people.
Like, is this real or is this ironic?
Number 1, starting off strong, we have... Okay. Number 2. And number 3. Number 4.
I'm
I hope you'll find these expressions useful when talking to other people. Let me know if you want a part 2.
Is Collateral in your top 10 movies? Hell yeah, it's a great ass movie. I don't know if it's top 10 or not.
4.
What is this?
Here are some useful facial
4 years ago, I was by my father, and I chose not to have an abortion, and this is what came out of it.
God's plan.
Okay. Wait, who uses Stream Deck? What the fuck is happening? I can put a thing that supposedly goes to the next page, but I don't know where the fuck this is going. I don't know how I create pages for it to go to. What the fuck is happening? Okay, I go to this folder, double click, now I've added a next page and previous page button. But I don't know where the fuck it's... Oh, I do know where it's going. I understand. Oh no, oh my god, I hate this. I understand. Can I not make pages within folders? Oh, I wonder if people don't make folders, but instead they make links to other pages? Yes, you can. How to make pages in folders, Steam Deck? Stream Deck. No, you can't. Okay, fuck you. Who just said yes you can? Fuck you! Okay. So what I have to do is I just need to create a folder and so I would double click this. There, okay. Boom. I can't move. That's unmovable? Whatever, okay. We'll put all the laughs in here, because those are kind of like the same thing, right? Okay, chuckles. A single chuckle. Okay. What was after? Did you click this?
Hey, what's up?
Hi.
Does he do any tricks?
I guess you can. Do some tricks. Tricks.
Yay, all right. Whoa, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
You're gonna hit somebody.
Do you do any tricks?
Wait, is there like a meme joke here or something, or was that supposed to be random funny? Is there like a Charizard meme that I'm not aware of? Ten out of 10 premium rage bait from XQC. Rage bait?
Right, there's the left, okay? But not anything on the right is a megatard. That's gonna
LLMs, okay?
the same way that left isn't all libtards. Guys, Asmongold is a progressive, buddy. Asmongold is left-leaning. Like, are you okay?
Asmongold is a pretty.
The problem is that these days, people say that you're a right-wing Andy. If you're just a left-leaning person, because the left is gone further up on the needle, on the chart, and most people that say that they're unarmed living left are actually just radicalized far left. That's just the way it is. People are far left radicals. Actually, far left. And if you're not a far left, they call you right-wing because they're brain dead. They're stupid. And then otherwise,
Mr. Cow Smile.
If you're not left overall and you're leaning, you're a megatard. That's it. It's the new scale. Chat, get with the new world. This is the new scale that
When
we
I say
live
somebody's a
with.
smart person, Asmongold's a pretty smart person, and that he's like a good LLM that can parse stuff and then give you like. You know what I have to say to that?
What is this guy doing?
Exactly. Thank you. Okay, hold on, wait, one more. This one. What's this?
Whoa, 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 dude, chill. You're being anti-Semitic.
Okay. All right. Wait, didn't I have one more chuckle?
What?
Okay, we had those three, and then these should all be in the same folder, I think. Okay. Boom, boom. Okay. All right, we have.
Dude, shut up. Oh my God, mods, ban this fucking loser. Jesus Christ.
Okay, I don't need to play this again. They're good. Wait, this is the anti-Semitic.
Whoa, 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 dude, chill. You're being anti-Semitic.
All right. One of the issues with the political, like spectrum, I guess, is depending upon how you engage with politics, your view of like what is left and right can be a little bit strange. So like for gamer type people, a lot of people define the left and the right based on basically like, are you pro or anti like homosexuality? Because that's like where their brain is. They don't really have much like formal engagement with political systems or with, I'm not even saying this to be like an insult. It sounds like I'm condescending, but like it's just like that's not how they see it. They think like, oh, right means like religious, Christian, anti-gay, and Asmongold is like for gay marriage, and he believes in climate change. So he's not even like right leaning. He's left leaning, right? I just don't think XQC knows anything about where politics is right now. Because to say that Asmongold is left leaning, he spends 95% of his stream just defending Trump.
The video tweaking. I hope this part normal for that boat. This is so funny. This stupid ass Instagram shit. Finna do some more push-ups. It's gonna be another long night. Yeah.
Is it okay? Folders. Is Tectone only able to talk before 1 p.m. EST? I don't understand. I tried 3 days in a row. He wasn't live, man. Why are you acting like I'm ducking Destiny? He messages me, the last time he messaged me was 3 days ago. He said, yo, finally got around to do a YouTube exclusive stream. Let me know if you want to talk today. This is at 10:42 a.m. Oh, I was flying to LA. He said, what time do you normally go live? And I said, I try to go live from 1 to 9 EST, but I'm out of town today and I'll be back the next. I don't understand. Like, I'm always... I mean, I feel like I'm very easy to get a hold of if you want to get a hold of me. I'm just... I'm on my computer. Yeah, I'm streaming. But okay. Do I have anything today? Nope. Okay. Monday, Tuesday. How about Tuesday? What do I have? What is this? Zoom meeting. Who the fuck is this with? Oh. Oh. Tuesday. I'm free to chat Tuesday early evening if you want, or anytime after 3 EST, smiley face. Wait, am I fucking retarded? What is this message? I know it probably doesn't mean much coming from a single fan, but man, you should really look at all the people who say you've completely changed your political opinion, including myself. What, change my political opinion on what? I don't probably doesn't. Oh, change their oh my god, I just had a schizo moment. Never mind. Change their political opinions. Never mind. I'm sorry. I just fucking lost my mind. Wait, somebody messaged me and said, do you regret this tweet? Is this even my tweet? Did I make this tweet? I feel like I don't remember making this tweet. Banger tweet though. If I did make it, I don't regret it. But oh, it's a Black City picture. Oh. Fuck. Former Tectone watcher. He usually streams from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. CST. 8 to 1? What the fuck? That's some sociopathic shit. Unless he goes to sleep at like 2 p.m. Then that's the ultra degen schedule. Fuck, this girl tweeted at me. Should I, we didn't finish going through all of her shit while she destroyed that one dude's life. Oh no! Also, what does this mean? Fork found in kitchen? I have so many fucking guns behind me. Why would I punch a domestic partner? Seriously? Just kidding. That was a joke. Joking. What I mean is we would both go to the range and we'd blow off some steam together.
In the ground for
You can't use that for a real laugh. I don't think any of these are real laughs. My jank soundboard is it's literally just 6 donor class.
Donor class, guys. I think
the donor class.
The donor class. That's my donor class right there.
Okay, whoever's the one emailing sounds, I need more for jank. Okay, that's my next one. Okay. Wait, I could reach out to streamers and have custom soundboards made. Why don't I do that?
Destiny is a great guy.
That is a good one. I need the one guy to email it to me. He does it perfectly, okay? He formats it right. He makes the volume good. Okay. What are we doing today? Look at the cat in the background. I thumbs down. I push the don't recommend me shorts anymore on my YouTube shorts thing. I need to get rid of Reels on my Instagram. How do you do it? I need a hacked app for Instagram. Some rapper that deletes Reels. I can't have this short form shit. I'm eliminating all this shit from my life. I can't have this shit on my fucking phone. I don't have any self-control. I need to get it off my phone. I spent 3 hours on this autistic, on the worst, most autistic shit. None of it is good for my brain. It's not enriching my life. When I am late for stream in the morning, I'm ashamed to admit it. I'm not masturbating to the sickest, most kino fucking porn in the world. I'm probably up for 3 hours on retarded Instagram reels. The worst shit you can watch. Is it, do you think this one was real or no?
On me.
Oh, yeah. What's wrong?
Maybe just like take it off.
Why?
Don't want it.
I thought you didn't want me to touch you.
That was before. Now I just want to like be so close to you that I'm in your skin.
I hate it when people are like unnecessarily loud. Like,
How was work today?
Good.
That's it?
Yeah.
hey, so I actually did want to tell you a few things about my special interest.
I was pulling so many Instagram reels. Oh my God, I have absolutely done this before in my life. You should never do this. I think it's a sign of a bad partner. Oh. This shit. Where are my brothers at? When you know shit is like fucked and you know there's, but it's just like, it's like such a good singer. You're like, you know what, dude, fucking today's, the rest of the day's fucked anyway. The rest of the day's fucked anyway. I know it. So you know what? Let's just throw one more out there. Fuck it. It's not good. Not good. Autistic fucking things. You have a boomer algorithm? Bro, I just have the most random... Will you be seeing weapons in theaters? I don't know what the fuck that is. What is weapons? Bro, why do babies... I've said this, there's like an age when a baby's like from 6 to 12 months, the only purpose in life they have is their hands grab shit and they put it in their mouth and they have no concern for anything else in the world about them. They do this when they grab your hair. You ever have a baby try to stick their fucking hands in your, like, into whatever the fuck they can get it in? And it's like murder mode. Okay, this is boomer. I'm sorry, okay? This is boomer. That is a boomer reel. I acknowledge that. I'm sorry. And their little fucking nails are sharp too, Jesus. Not really, it's not they're sharp, they just have no concern for your fucking well-being. Okay. We're going to do something else. I need to stop looking at these. Okay, wait, what is this stupid fucking meme? Wait, two more, because this isn't even a good meme. I'm just asking a question about them. What is this? I'm so hungry I could eat a... And then they drop a fumble or whatever. Where did this meme start from? Is there like another like plug into this that makes this meme funnier? Or is it just like a thing you say and then it's like supposed to be funny?
So fucking special. But I'm a trick.
What is the... It's a meme where you bring up a person they knew in the past. Okay, but like, what's the... Okay, is it... Speaking... Wait, this is the origin of the meme. Okay, good one. Well, the game I play raged me so hard. I don't even get mad. I just start the screen like this. Wait, did we ever talk about this? I saw a reel like 6 months ago, and it pulled a very deep and horrible experience out of me that I didn't realize other people had this feeling. I don't even know what the explanation is. You ever have a day? You ever have a day at work? I love music. It was like the only thing that kept me going through my youth, all right? So playing my radio, whatever, it was a big, big thing. You ever have a day at work that's just so fucking horrible? You just drive home in silence? I didn't know that was like a shared experience. You just like get in the car and you turn it on. You don't even want to turn your shit on. You just drive the fuck home with nothing on. Oh my God. Why? It doesn't even make sense. Holy shit. Okay, hold on. I got one more of these. Oh, this is me every time I talk about weed. I think this is just a millennial thing now, right? Now that we're the older generation, we can be made fun of for being boomers. How it feels to go on a walk.
I'm not unk, but sure.
What the fuck is that? Y'all smoking fucking jet fuel?
The pen got unk manually breathing.
I'm good, yo.
Is he hitting the lead stair? Fortnite's got the best custom games of all time.
Y'all sleeping on Halo 3 Forge mode.
What the fuck is Forge mode?
Oh, you about to make me fucking geek.
Fat boy, duck hunt,
garbage,
the
man.
Fuck are you saying?
Hypothetically, how far is the nearest hospital?
Trump burger restaurant owner arrested by ICE.
New tonight, KHOU 11 confirming the owner of Trump Burger Restaurants, which has several locations in the Houston area, has been arrested by Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
I need that on my soundboard. What the fuck? No shot, bro.
And now faces deportation.
Oh, I thought it was just going to be for hiring illegals. Wait, what the fuck?
ICE says Roland Biani, a 28-year-old from Lebanon, overstayed his visa after entering the U.S. back in 2019. He was taken into custody in May and is now out on bond as he awaits immigration proceedings. In a statement sent to KHOU 11, an ICE spokesperson told us, quote, under the current administration, ICE is committed to restore integrity to our nation's immigration system by holding all individuals accountable who illegally enter the country or overstay the terms of their admission. This is true regardless of what restaurant you own or political beliefs you may have.
Guarantee you $5 million bet that this motherfucker
Scott Bessent
will find a way to mail in vote for Trump still. He'll mail a ballot from fucking Beirut. He will do it. You will post this on Twitter.
They gon' tell the story, shit was different with me. God's plan.
Okay.
Me and you, getting to know each other a bit?
Sorry, but I have a boyfriend.
I just don't understand why a woman will come up and talk to you when she has a boyfriend. It's so fucking annoying. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Actual incel creation.
Damn, bro, Seth. Hey, if it makes you feel any better, she doesn't really have a boyfriend. We share some classes in college, so I kinda know her. So it's not like someone was faster than you. You're probably just really fucking ugly, man. Anyways, come on, let's go to my place and do a Dark Souls 3 any percent speedrun. Who needs a girl if you got a PS5, am I right?
I need it. I need a girl.
Come on, bro. What you need is some misogynistic reels and you're good to go. It's just pussy dog.
I want someone to know me.
I know you, bro.
You know the me I made for you. You don't know me. There's stuff I can't tell you because I know that we're hanging out to have a good time, and I don't want to ruin that.
You just are though, bro.
Every time I'm with you, I feel like I'm acting. It's not your fault, but it makes me feel even more alone knowing even around people, nobody will ever understand me.
And how's pussy gonna fix that?
It's not about the sex. It's about having someone that loves me despite knowing who I am. Because if I don't have that, loving myself with all my flaws is my job. And I just can't do it. I can't.
Well, wow. What you just said made me feel absolutely nothing at all for you. Instead, I just got the chills from how cringe this shit was. Furthermore, I want to let you know that thanks to your gay, homosexual oversharing just now, you ruined the perfect, shallow relationship we built over months. Thanks for that, dumbass. Also, you should get rid of the scarf. Ruins your entire fit.
Okay, last one for real, okay? For real. Get it? Real, for real. Okay, I'm never clicking a link from TC Brady again from Instagram. I'm sorry. That was fucking retarded. Oh, quick meme. Sometimes I play movies in the background while I'm working on emails and shit. Okay, I don't know if this is because I'm older. Damn, Taken came out in 2009. Is this considered a hot take that the Taken guy, Brian, is like kind of like a shitty like a shitty divorced dad? Has anyone else given this take before? He's an absentee. No, not necessarily absentee. It sounds like it sounds like he wants to be involved in his daughter's life, which is fine. But like, or maybe I really don't like adversarial. When parents are broken up and they're super adversarial against each other, especially around the kid, I just feel like it's really toxic. I don't know. And like I feel like the director sells it. Like he sells that thing. Like she's hold on. So it sounds like they have some kind of like I don't know if it's court ordered or what, but some kind of like agreement about seeing. So what, do they have like a court agreement about like custody or trading the daughter back and forth or whatever? Like what? He can't follow them? Why is he trying to be? What's going on here?
Oh, come on, Lenny.
And he's like, oh, come, he doesn't even argue it. Oh, come on, right? Does it really matter what a judge says? So what? I beat the shit out of you a few times.
Cool. A karaoke machine?
Gets her a karaoke machine. Look at this. Look at this baddie. She's 18. Complete baddie here. Okay, massive birthday party. She's an adult. Going to college. Gets her a karaoke machine. Karaoke machine? You're telling me this guy can fucking go to France, pick up an Albanian translator, fuck with prostitutes and murder all these people? You can't figure out what a 18-year-old girl might want for a birthday party? Seriously? Really? This was a trope from like the 90s, especially in like rom-com-y movies. I know this isn't a rom-com, and I know this is 2009, but there is such a trope in movies where you have an okay-ish woman main character who's like lost or trying to find herself in life. You have a guy that comes into her life who's like a super cool dude, has a job, some level of emotional stability and maturity, okay? He's usually a little bit older. And then you have some fucking retarded loser guy that she ends up going with who's just like an actual fucking loser. An actual loser. And I feel like this trope played out so many times and it's like, why? And they try to make the older guy seem like a horrible person because he's just like a little bit not straight, square, he's not hip enough or whatever. And it's like, seriously? Oh my God. And then when she gets abducted, Also, he's fucking weird. You can't go to Europe. If you go to Europe, you're gonna get sex trafficked. Like, bro, you got some trauma you need to work through or something. You think your daughter's gonna get sex trafficked? She goes to Paris instantly? Now, it's a movie, so she does. But I'm just saying in general, you got some issues, bro.
How about this? How about if I go along? You won't even know I'm there.
Oh my God. What, Dad's gonna be watching me smashing French hotties from the next room? Seriously? On the No. I need I need something for like when somebody gets owned. I don't have anything for that. But I can use my words. Oh, air horn. Funny me, it's like, okay, I'll think about it. All right. I think my parents did that a lot. That always means no. If I say I'll think about it also, that also always means no.
Hey, come in. There's something else.
I don't want anything else.
Oh! See ya. Her stepdad was the one who paid to have her abducted? Bullshit! That is a Taken 3 plot point, and that is not canon. We don't consider that movie canon because they use different actors for the dad, I think. But then, hold on. But now look at this. When she gets abducted, hold on. Where is it? Wait. It's an enabling loser divorced dad fantasy. Okay. Yeah, I'm just saying. Also, how the fuck did he just... This guy killed like 100 fucking people. And he definitely shot an innocent woman. The wife of the one... Well, I guess he wasn't innocent. He was a bad... I don't know how they resolved all the internal shit in France or whatever. Oh, fuck. Where is it? Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Also, I like how he doesn't use a silencer on any of his guns. Now, I'm not a big guy who's like, oh, silencer makes a shot, completely unhearable. But, like, I think that this would be an appropriate circumstance to have one. When you're shooting people inside their fucking homes in a residential district in Paris.
Interesting. As a matter of fact,
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I just saw that. What the fuck is this? I feel like if you work enough on sets with guns and everything, at some point you have to know, like, hey, bro, nobody does that. Oh, he's French. Sorry, maybe in France. Some fucking retard's about to link me 400 videos showing the secret French pistol technique, like the Israeli crab shoot. Okay. Did he just leave the wife there with her arm bleeding? I guess. I mean, he said he's sorry. I also noticed... Okay, hold on. I thought I was going crazy for a long time. And then this scene popped up. Sometimes there are like secret edits to movies that make them like a little bit more PG and not. And then I feel like you like Mandela effect yourself on some of these movies sometimes. You know that they change a scene in this movie, I guess based on the rating or whatever?
Wake up! I need you to be focused. Are you focused yet?
So like in theaters, he sticks these things in the guy's leg, but in this PG edit or whatever, he does the thing on the chair, right?
Focused.
Right? It's two different scenes.
Are you focused yet?
I swear to God, there are movies that do shit like this, and I remember scenes a little bit differently, and I watch them like, wait, did I lose my mind here?
Where is this girl?
Avatar did that too? They redo this scene quite a bit. Oh, damn. Yeah, what the fuck? What if there's like, how do you know so much about this movie? What do you mean, Taken is a legendary movie for millennials. I can't believe this movie's so old. I think Taken kicked off like a whole, like the only reason you have John Wick is because of this movie. It kicked off like a whole genre of like, or not, maybe re-kicked off of like old guy revenge flick things. Thoughts on The Substance? I thought The Substance was a good movie. I thought it was a good movie. There's one thing that I don't think I liked about it much, or one thing I didn't understand. I shouldn't say I didn't like it. I didn't understand it. I don't know. Did we talk about this? There was, in the movie when she's in like old person form, there was some nice older guy she met, I think, that she knew from school or from her when she was younger, who like gave her a card to go have coffee or something. And I thought that my guess was that it was supposed, or what I thought at the time was like, this is supposed to illustrate the difference between her two potential lives. Like the guy might be kind of older and he's not like a super hunk dude, but you know, he's like a nice guy or whatever. She could go out and have coffee with him, but instead she opts for like the more vain life and all the other horrible shit that goes along with it. But then I think she ends up having coffee with that guy later on and he ends up being like a creepy weirdo. And I didn't know what the point of that was. Does that make sense what I'm saying? The Substance, hold on. You're mixing them up? Am I? I don't think I am. Hold on. Fuck. Can you buy this on YouTube? The Substance film. The Substance. The Substance full movie. Okay, well, I guess it's not YouTube. Fuck me. No, I don't think I'm wrong, because I feel like I remember her pulling the card out to call the guy, and the card was like rainy or something because she dropped it in a puddle or something on her way back to the apartment. But she ended up going out to have coffee with the guy, and he was just kind of like weird. I'm almost positive it's the same guy. Let's see if we can find it. Hold on. I think she ghosts the guy from her high school. Was it a different guy that she goes out to dinner with? Okay, then maybe that would make more sense if that was the case. The Substance dinner scene. Oh, no, ew, not this guy. Not that guy. This is a good movie. Why am I... I'm not going to find this. Okay, we're done with this. Stop. We're wasting time. Okay, we need to get through this boring ass news for the day so we can get to the important shit, all right? Stop sending me sound bites. I'm never clicking and downloading booger shit, okay? There's a guy, he emails me, all right? Find out who that guy is and send it to him. He's the guy, he knows.
Shut up, silly woman.
Okay. Where were we? FBI is most wanted. Texas.
Donald Trump's FBI finally goes after the worst of the worst. Texas Democratic lawmakers. This is just another day. The FBI has long been a fixture of Hollywood movies. Federal agents featured as courageous heroes, rooting out some of the worst criminals known to man. Kidnappers, murderers, mob bosses, evil drug lords. And I, for one, can't wait to see the movie based on this new manhunt.
Now, this comes from Senator Cohen here in Texas. He says that the FBI is now going to get involved with the search for those Texas House Democrats that left the state house early.
What does get involved mean? I wonder if that just means they're going to share intelligence. I don't want to watch this. Actually, fuck. Don't do Radiant. Oh, I'm out of town for 2 days tomorrow. I think we need to take a week off news. I don't think I want to do news. And I can't say what I want to say for this. Never mind.
The FBI is now going to get involved with the search for those Texas House Democrats that left the state house earlier this week and are now holed up in places like Illinois, New York, Massachusetts. We're still not sure exactly what level of involvement the FBI is going to be in this case. Are they going to be going across state lines? Are they going to physically arrest these lawmakers and bring them back into Texas?
Or are they going to do absolutely nothing but put on a piece of political theater because the FBI isn't legally allowed to do anything? This is truly absurd.
I don't know about that one, Chief. I'm not 100% sure on that. That's the thing.
FBI is maybe helping Texas Republicans, but we're not sure how. The only thing that remains absolutely certain is that John Cornyn appreciates something.
Texas Senator John Cornyn thanked.
So there's two different questions at play here. One is, can federal officer, actually, here's the first one. Are states obligated, I don't actually know the answer to this, to extradite, but there's a reason why this, what I'm Googling right now, doesn't matter. But let me check. Are states obligated to extradite back to other states? I'm curious. There must be some agreement in place, right? It couldn't be that I could murder somebody in Iowa and then just scoot on over to Missouri and I'm untouchable, right? There has to be some agreement. But I don't think it's called extradite, right? Or is it called extradite when it's inside of the country? Bob. Bob is born and raised Californian. He goes over to Texas and commits a bunch of Texas crimes, which are illegal whatsoever in California. Before the police are onto him, Bob goes back to California. Later on, Texas has a mountain of evidence for a winning case against Bob. Is California obligated to extradite Bob to Texas for breaking their laws when he was there, or can California choose to protect Bob? And does Bob have to basically remain in California to stay safe? And if he ever visits Texas or its allies, he's screwed. Basically, states in the USA, like nations, and that you can seek asylum in some of them, and certain groups of nations will extradite criminals to anyone in their group. Or is it one big nation and you're obligated, or you're obliged to extradite criminals to any state in the nation, no matter how much you disagree? Normal international extradition normally. Once upon a time, a person accused of being violent during a political protest in South Dakota fled to California, where he became CEO of a post-secondary educational institution. The governor of California refused to send him back to South Dakota. Then the governor of South Dakota announced that miscellaneous pickpockets, shoplifters, etc., had been released from South Dakota prisons on condition that they moved to California. Wait, is that true? Because if so, that's a little bit funny. Wait. South Dakota, California, shoplifters released. Fuck. Those are comments on answers. Yeah, fuck. I'm curious. What is this? Is this referring to a real thing? Because if so, it's kind of funny. Oh, Constitution. That helps sometimes. A person charged in any state with treason, felony, or other crime who shall flee from justice and be found in another state shall, on demand of the executive authority of the state from which he fled, be delivered up or be removed to the state having jurisdiction of the crime. I don't believe that this necessarily gives the federal police authority here, but it might if somebody's violative of this clause. I think this is giving an obligation of the state. Extradition was intended to be a summary and mandatory executive proceeding derived from the extradition clause. The extradition clause is nearly unchanged stems from the analogous provisions of the Articles of Confederation, was proved unanimous, it's not self-executing, and the Constitution provides Congress, the Constitution provides Congress no express grant of power to implement it, yet the Second Congress passed a law. Second Congress? Wait, we have two? Passed a law. The current iteration, which is known as the Extradition Act. Okay. This is probably going to give us some information. Requiring the governor of each state to deliver fugitives from justice found in their state upon lawful demand from another state. The Supreme Court accepted this contemporaneous construction as establishing the constitutional validity of the legislation in Kentucky v. Denison. However, the court held that the statute was merely declaratory of a moral duty of state, and that the federal government has no power to impose on a state officer as such any duty whatsoever or whatever and compel him to perform it. Because of Denison, a federal court cannot issue a writ of mandamus to compel the governor of one state to surrender a fugitive to another state. Mandamus? Is it mandamus? To perform a specific legally mandated duty.
of Appeals to issue a writ of mandamus, an exceedingly rare legal device, to compel the district.
And under the law, you have something called a writ of mandamus.
Writ of
Supreme
mandamus.
Court, the authority to issue a writ of mandamus.
Ew. Wait, do we know that last guy?
Of Appeals to issue a writ of mandamus.
And under the Supreme Court, the authority to issue.
Wait, who does this guy fucking look like? What am I thinking of?
Authority to issue a.
Oh, he looks like Bolton. It's not Bolton, right? Oh wait, we don't hate Bolton, do we?
Writ of.
Does he look like Bolton? With less hair? Close enough. May invoke the power of federal courts. Currently, states and territories may invoke the power of federal courts to enforce the Extradition Act against asylum state officers, including seeking equitable relief to compel performance of federally imposed duties. The duty of one state to surrender a fugitive to another is not absolute and unqualified. However, if the fugitive is imprisoned in the asylum state, for example, the asylum state may satisfy its own laws before returning the fugitive to the demanding state. Interesting.
FBI Director Kash Patel and the President for his assistance, but we don't know what that means.
Wow, how do you shop for that card? I'm not sure Hallmark has a section for not sure what you did, but thanks occasions. But let's not forget why we're here. The entire reason Texas Democrats broke not sure what you did
on the President for his assistance, but we don't know what that means.
Wow, how do you shop for that card? I'm not sure Hallmark has a section for not sure what you did, but thanks occasions.
We call that pretextual.
But
you're looking for any reason to fucking arrest somebody or do some bullshit.
Let's not forget why we're here. The entire reason Texas Democrats broke quorum and left the state is because Donald Trump directed
somebody wants to set up a talk. The Jake Newfield guy, who's got me in touch with people before, I appreciate it. He has a talk with Finkelstein agreed to talk to him. He's asking me if I want to join the call, but it'll be an hour long, and I honestly feel like it'll be pointless. Like I don't know what the fuck. Like shit. He talks so slow. Like I don't even know what the point would be. I really don't think this would be even a remotely productive convo. LOL. I can do it if you really want. What is the topic? Question mark.
Governor Greg Abbott to redraw
content. It's the thing is, it's not even going to be content. It's not going to be memes or content. It's just going to be
district maps so they would lean favorably for Republicans. And knowing that makes it a lot less surprising that the president would be totally fine with federal agents going after state lawmakers.
Do you want the federal government and the FBI to help locate and arrest these Texas Democrats who have left the state?
Yeah.
Well, I think they've abandoned the state. Nobody's seen anything like it, even though they've done it twice before.
I know that we've all become numb to the moronic statements handed down by this president, but on occasion, it's worth pausing to really bask in their beauty. Nobody has seen anything like it, even though they've done it twice before. That should be hanging in the Smithsonian, preserved for future generations to admire. My God, if someone read that quote to you and had you guess who said it, the President of the United States or Zoolander, which do you think you'd pick? But my apologies, I cut off our commander of words.
Should the FBI get involved?
Well, they may have to. They may have to. No, I know they want him back. Not only the Attorney General, the governor wants him back. If you look, I mean, the governor of Texas is demanding they come back. So a lot of people are demanding they come back. You can't just sit it out. You have to go back. You have to fight it out. That's what elections are all about.
That's what elections are all about, says the guy demanding governors redraw their map so he can win. Thank God we've got Donald J. Trump here to lecture us about the sanctity of free and fair elections as he seeks to engineer new maps that make it statistically impossible for Republicans to lose. And while the FBI may or may not be on a totally reasonable manhunt for Democrats, there are other actions taking place inside the agency that are actually happening.
CBS News has learned the FBI has fired several senior officials at the Bureau, including the former acting director, Brian Driscoll, who served ahead of Director Patel's appointment.
He was the...
You know what the one big thing that Democrats should do? Oh my God. This should be where we activate to prove our worth. I'll think about this more. This guy is a weirdo, tanky dude. Like, don't ever assume that he ever has the best interest of the Democratic Party in mind, ever. However, holy shit, this guy tweets a lot. Oh no, he just tweeted 3 times that hour. Okay. He tweeted something. It's the 8th. Fuck, I don't know what it was. I think there's going to be a big reshuffling of the Republican Party, of our political system, after 2028, right? Because they are in a cult right now. For whatever, not to be mean or whatever, but like it is a cult, right? And the cult leader will be gone. And I think that represents a lot of opportunity for big political shakeup in the United States. I think that Democrats should put like the entire map on the board and should seriously consider doing like a full county, full press, like, hey, we should like push a little bit everywhere and see who we can appeal to. I feel like that should be a thing. Tariffs are having a huge positive effect on the stock market almost every day. New records are set. In addition, hundreds of... I don't care. Okay. Schizo.
The person who slowed down the Trump administration, White House's push in which they demanded names of FBI agents who had worked on the January 6th Capitol riot investigation. That list was eventually accomplished after Driscoll was eventually forced out, and they kind of circumvented his slowdown, but he was the one who stood up and said, these men were doing what they were told to do.
So the FBI is firing this agent, Brian Driscoll.
Trump may have some influence after 2028, even if he isn't in office, though. Doubt it. He doesn't give a fuck about the political system. The only thing he'll have interest in is like protecting his name. So like, he doesn't want people to shit talk him. But Trump is not a kingmaker. He doesn't give a fuck what comes after him. He has no concern whatsoever for it.
Because of his involvement in the January 6th investigations, which means if he had stormed the Capitol with batons instead of facts, he'd still have his job. By the way, Driscoll wasn't some nameless, pencil-pushing agent. Before Kash Patel was confirmed, Driscoll was tapped as acting director, which makes his firing a little at odds with Patel's whole restoring trust creed.
The public trust can only be restored if there is full transparency, and I am committed to that full transparency.
Well, if that full transparency is true, I guess we can all look forward to Kash Patel's upcoming publicity tour. I fire rule-following agents, but I protect the friends of pedophiles. This is just another example of government overreach being done by one of Trump's sycophantic minions who swore he would uphold and defend the Constitution. Honestly, I can't see how this gets any worse.
CBS News has learned the Justice Department has hired a man as a senior advisor who was charged with participating in the January 6th insurrection.
I guess that'll do.
A Justice Department official confirmed to CBS News.
Did you lose your train of thought? What should we do? Just what I said. There should be like a serious fight, I think, in every district, in every county. I think Dems should not just give up. I feel like when a state goes red, it does feel like Democrats like give up on it. They're like, fuck, we can never do this. And I think it's possible. You just have to find the correct strategy. You have to like identify the correct way to fight on it. It's very hard when you do national politics. I think this has actually captured people politically in the Democratic Party. It's the not the golden error. It's like this. It's the supreme error that all progressives make, where when they look at the United States, they go, "What's popular? Poll, national poll. This is what we do everywhere," not realizing that on the local level, politics is way more granular. Democrats who run in red districts for state seats, right? Not for the federal Congress, not for the U.S. Congress, but for their state seats or whatever, the messaging is a lot different from district to district, state to state. And I think Democrats should learn that game a little bit better, I think.
news today that a man who was former FBI agent, actually, Jared Weiss, who was charged for trespassing and blocking official proceedings on January 6th, he is a senior advisor to the Department of Justice, and that they called him a valued member of the team. He was, according to charging documents and body cam footage, of which you can see some screenshots here, yelling at police in that moment in which he called them Nazis and Gestapo.
Wow. Look, I hate to say it, but I think these Texas Democrats have been playing it all wrong. If they want to get on the president's good side, they shouldn't be running away from the Capitol. They should be storming it and calling Greg Abbott a Nazi. Then they too would be called valued members of the team. It is depressing, but not surprising that this is where the administration wants to focus their efforts. But just a reminder.
What's your perspective on doing videos like this one? I'm not a prepared content person at all, okay? If anybody knows that. You should know that by now.
It is not illegal to break quorum. It's a tool. No, a political tool. A political tactic. This is not a crime, but a move by Texas Democrats to elicit a certain political outcome, and they are by far not the first to use it. In fact, even Abraham Lincoln of the Republican Party broke quorum all the way back in 1840 in an effort to stop a vote when he was a state legislator in Illinois, and he did it in style. Mr. Lincoln came under great excitement, and having attempted and failed to get out the door, very unceremoniously raised the window and jumped out. Unreal. The guy makes a hasty exit for a vote, but refuses to leave the theater early. Guess everybody has their priorities. So enough with treating these Texas Democrats like they're some hardened criminal masterminds, because the real ones are the actual people the FBI should be pursuing. And by the way, the agency does not have unlimited resources. Unlike some other people, they can't exploit their office to make extra cash through a private luxury golf club membership or get a bunch of billionaires to cut checks at a private crypto dinner, which means while the FBI is using their resources to track down politicians, they're not tracking down other people. You know, people who are slightly more threatening, like drug traffickers, murderers, terrorists, and pedophiles. I know this might sound crazy, but maybe instead of using authoritarian tactics to maintain a grip on power, this president can try, making his case to the American people. Donald Trump has spent his entire life selling terrible shit to people and has somehow been successful at it. An overpriced college where you don't learn anything, a bottle of mediocre liquor you'd have to be drunk to purchase, a pair of uncomfortable sneakers that's seen as surface-level patriotism. Donald Trump has never shied away from a sale, so it should speak volumes that this guy's policies are so bad, he's not even trying to sell them to voters. I mean, I don't know what it is about cutting Medicaid from 17 million Americans and cutting SNAP benefits from our nation's most vulnerable and bending over backwards to protect the organizers of a sex trafficking ring that's such a hard sell, but apparently this president thinks so. For a man who supposedly burst...
Okay. Brian is good at what he does, though. Oh, I need to do content with another guy, too. Because he keeps asking me. Hold on. What was this guy's name? I couldn't tell if he was Muslim or not, though, so I didn't know if I was getting baited. His first name is Barack. Just kidding. It's the Adam Mockler dude, though. At some point, I will get around to Chicago. We will do things. He seems like a cool guy. Brian Tyler Cohen is good. This is a force for good. This is a strong, liberal content creator. Doesn't seem soy at all. Yeah, this is a good guy. This is important. Protect him, okay?
Texas Democrats must return to the Lone Star State today or face serious consequences after they fled to boycott the redistricting vote. But some Democrats say they won't budge.
I will not return to Texas by tomorrow. This is much bigger than Texas. It's not an abdication of the job. Who's abdicated their job is Governor Abbott, who has put mid-decade redistricting ahead of the flood victims. We do not have a filibuster. We have the quorum break, and that's the tool that we're using. So,
did you see the DOJ reward for information capturing Maduro? No, but I'm sure that's on here.
It's totally legitimate.
Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton joins us now. AG Paxton, will we see Texas Democrat lawmakers in handcuffs by the end of today?
I don't know. We're definitely waiting to see if they show up. We get, Dustin Burrows, our speaker, has given them a deadline of showing up today.
Remember how deeply unserious all of these fucking people are. Remember the lawfare claims. Remember how horrible it was to ever see them go after poor old Donald Trump, and they went after him for no reason and blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to arresting, the thing that I was going to say earlier is the idea of sending the federal police into like the states to arrest people, is just, that's a wildly uncomfortable, horrible, not good scenario. Okay. We are just in, it is a such topsy-turvy land where for my whole life as a millennial, for my older millennials in here as well, you've heard, if you listen to conservative media, you heard growing up so many times how much they cherished states' rights, how evil the federal government is, how important our system of federalism is to keep a weak central government. We're libertarians. We love states, states' rights, state police, keep the federal government out of our states, keep them out of our schools, keep them out of everything else. And now when they're in that position, they're like, well, maybe cops should be able to rape ICE, or ICE should be able to rape immigrants, and maybe Donald Trump should be able to arrest people and execute people and lock them up and get these state policies. And it's like, this is unhinged. Remember, I've said it a million times. I'll continue to say it. Okay, they will defend state or the like televised executions of state politicians. Asmongold will be watching it, laughing. Okay, on another platform, or actually probably on Twitch, because who the fuck knows what goes on that site nowadays? But it's just absolutely, this is unhinged. This is insane shit. There are no breaks in the Republican Party. When I said earlier over the Biden stuff, I kind of said this half jokingly, but I was not joking at all. I was very serious. That the Biden stuff, when he had that bad debate performance and he was basically forced out by the entire Democratic apparatus, one of the few times the Democratic Party was kind of like aligned on messaging, when he was forced out there, that would never, ever happen. That would never happen on the Republican side. It would not happen on the Republican side. Everybody would start stuttering on the Republican media and turn it into a meme or a joke. That's it. Trump is thinking about so many things at once he can barely get the sentences out of his mouth because his brain is just so busy with all these high-level ideas that he's throwing around, all these negotiations he's having in his head with himself and telepathically and psychically as he's declassifying shit to keep himself safe. Like, it's unhinged. It's just unbelievable.
They show up today, we're all happy, we can get our business done, and everybody's good. If they do not show up, we will be in an Illinois courtroom trying to do just that. Not necessarily trying to handcuff them, but get them back to the state of Texas, hold them in contempt, and if they refuse to come, hopefully put them in jail.
And I've also heard you talking about taking them to court to potentially get these lawmakers removed from office. Is that still a possibility? And if so, how would that play out?
Well, it's never been done before. Obviously, we're in uncharted territory with the Democrats leaving during redistricting. Yes, that's something we're going to try today. We're going to file, if they are not there today, we are going to file a motion to remove some of these legislators from office. And over time, we'll keep adding more to it. But right now, we're just hoping they'll show up. If they don't, there's going to be a lot of action taken by my office today.
What's the process of filling those seats if they are declared vacant? Is it something that's done instantaneously? Do we need elections, votes? It seems like that would be a much longer term process.
Well, it could be. We don't even know how this process, it's never been done before. So we don't know exactly how this process is going to play out. We don't know what the Texas Supreme Court's going to do. We just know that Governor Abbott's filed his action, we filed ours, and we're just hoping for a good result so we can get this process started. And we're hoping just the fact that we're in that process of trying to remove them will encourage some of them. Because look, we don't need that many of them to come back. Just a few come back, we get a little momentum, whether it's through this action in Illinois or through this action to remove them. If they come back, we'll stop the actions.
Well, there have been 50 Democrats who have fled to other states who have, ironically, very much redistricted, and they're staying there right now. But are you saying that it's only a matter of time for Republicans to pass this legislation and redistrict?
Yes, we will get this done. This happened when I was in the House in 2003. They did it in 2021. This is the third time that I know of in the last 25 years that the Democrats have left. And they only leave for redistricting. And it's odd, as you say, they go to states that have been very much redistricted in a way that's not very fair. I think Illinois has, 3 Republican House members versus 14 Democrats in a state.
Man, they love pointing out that one state. Woo! They love it. They love that state.
Went maybe 47% for Trump. So, and that's not obviously the only state. Massachusetts, I don't think, has a single Republican. So it's very ironic that they're complaining about Texas, which is much fairer than these other states that are completely unfair.
Let's say this does reach the point of jail and handcuffs and that kind of imagery. Are you concerned that the optics of the Democrats being arrested gives them a win in the court of public opinion?
No.
No, I think in Texas, I don't know what
they have no wins. There are no wins because they can justify everything. Okay?
In other states, but I do know Texas. People expect
somebody who's cleverer than me should work out this saying. This happens with every single lay epic centrist that I debate, where it's like, you know the saying, like, if you can't handle me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best. It's like that, but it's like twisted to where it's like if you can't have if you can't handle Republicans at their worst or whatever, like you don't deserve Democrats at their best. Where it's like the Republicans can do literally anything, but as long as they do one good thing, then an epic centrist will be like, well, at least he's getting rid of affirmative action. But then on the Democratic side, if you can find a single bad actor in who identifies as Dem, not even like a lawmaker or whatever, anybody, then it's like that's enough to throw it all away. It's like, bro, kill me.
Their representatives go to work. Go fight it out. If you disagree. That's the process. The process is not to avoid showing up and being part of the fight.
Is California going to actually redistrict, or are Dems just going to keep handing out stern warnings? Fuck you. Keep handing out stern warnings. So these Texas legislators have fled the state, which is fucking based. That's not a stern warning, okay? They've taken action. That's based, okay? And fuck you. Number one. Number two, Gavin will do it. He will redistrict because he's a fucking god. Because he's my fucking god, okay? Because he's my god. So
This is a stupid fucking argument.
That doesn't even fit. Whatever. Fuck you.
If you disagree, you disagree. That's the process.
You know what? Fuck you. You know what does fit? Wait.
Dude, shut up. Oh my God, mods, ban this fucking loser.
This is not
Jesus
to
Christ.
Get him.
Avoid showing up and being part of the fight. I think the fact that they have done that has already put them in a negative light at least in most minds in Texas.
Could there also be some ramifications that Republicans don't like if Democrats retaliate by redistricting alongside what Texas is doing? California is talking about trying to add 5 additional Democrat seats to California to sort of mitigate what Texas is doing. Other states like New York are also talking about this as well. How far does this go, and what's your reaction to that?
Look, every state has a right to do what's correct under their laws. I don't have any opinion as to whether California or New York should do it. I do know that most Democratic states have already done it. I mean, how can Massachusetts have 0 Republicans and get away?
You are literally pointing at the bluest state. You're pointing at the bluest state in the country. There are like 10 Republican states with 0 Democratic U.S. representatives. And
yet they have. So many of the Democratic states have already done that. I don't think very many Republican states have done it. And so we have good reason for doing it in Texas. We've grown more than any other state over the last 5 years. Our population centers have moved, and people are not adequately represented. So it does make sense for Texas to do it. California and New York may need to do it because they're losing representation. And they're losing people to states like Texas and Florida and Tennessee.
Well, this gambit by the Democrats in Chicago is being bankrolled by Beto.
Wait, is that a thing I missed? Texas? Yeah. Florida? Yeah. Tennessee? Is that happening? Where are people going to in Tennessee? Maybe it is. I just haven't heard of it.
Beto O'Rourke, of course, you have a probe into him to see if there's any illegality involved there. Keep us posted on that as well. Attorney General Ken Paxton, thank you for your time this morning. Today's a big day. We'll be watching.
We will.
Hey, thank you. It is a big day.
I'm Steve Doocy. I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.
Governor Abbott joins me now. Governor, thank you very much. Good to have you with us today. So how many are missing and how many are reachable in Texas? Because they have to be in Texas for you to be able to, or for the FBI to apprehend them, correct?
So the math is this, and that is there are 150 members of the Texas House. To have a quorum, they need 100 present.
Stop. People keep saying things like this. It would be interesting to compose 2 lists. On one side, all shit the Republicans scream or did scream about Hillary emails, Hunter and Burisma, versus all the shit Trump was involved in. There's a million lists like this put together online. No one cares. I think I actually saw somebody in my subreddit link one where there's like a Google Doc that keeps track of like every unhinged thing Trump has said. But this list is like, it's hundreds or thousands of things long. Destiny, can you explain what exactly is happening here? Why is this bad? Are the Dems being dumb here? Are the Republicans being authoritarian here? I'm not so much, so I appreciate the help, Steve. Sure. I wish I could give you the foundation of this, but I can't give you a solid foundation of this because I haven't read the law myself and I don't trust anybody's summaries of anything. Maybe Legal has a video on it. But supposedly there was a Supreme Court case or something in 2023 that slightly changed the way some people might view laws around redistricting. And what happened is coming up to the next okay, so that happened. That's in the background a few years ago, but I don't know the details of the case, but that's in the background. So what happened is Donald Trump has had a pretty horrendous 9 months or whatever in office, okay? He's failing on several metrics. The midterms coming up are probably going to be rough, is what most people think for the Republicans. They tend to be rough for the person in office anyway, right? But I think the Republicans are worried about it. Trump is worried about it. So now what they're trying to do is they're trying to get as many House seats locked down as they can. And so what happened is the Department of Justice sent a letter to Texas saying, hey, we just want to put you guys on notice that the Supreme Court changed their interpretation of some law, and you have 4 Democratic districts, and we think that you should redistrict all of those in a way that will make them Republican. So what Texas did was they called a special legislative session to vote on drawing these districts differently that would eliminate 4 U.S. representatives from Texas in the state of Texas. And so obviously the Democrats are opposed to this, but they don't have the votes in the state legislature to oppose the redistricting. So what they did was they left the state. Apparently in the Texas state legislature, you have to call a quorum. There have to be a certain number of people in the state legislature present in order to do votes on certain things. And by fleeing the state, they've made it impossible for them to take a vote on the redistricting. So that's where we're at right now. And now Matchbox over here is trying to deploy the federal government, because Kash Patel and Pam Bondi and Trump are all on board with this, to try to basically arrest these legislators in other states and then bring them back to the state of Texas to force them to show up in order to have the vote. Or he's trying to declare their seats vacant and then hold new elections for them and then do the vote that way. Yeah.
88 are Republican, which means we need at least 12 Democrats. We believe that there are at least 12 Democrats in the state of Texas. We have a dragnet taking place as we speak right now across the entire state to locate and to bring to the Capitol at least a dozen Democrats here in the state of Texas, as well as efforts we are undertaking in other states to bring these runaway Democrats back to our state.
So give us a sense of what this search is like. I mean, do you have a sense of where they are and what kind of is force going to be used by the FBI, by DPS to return them? How ugly could this get?
Martha, I got to tell you, so unfortunately, we've seen this before because this is not the first time that Democrats have run from doing their job. And in the past, whenever the Texas Department of Public Safety shows up, the Democrats look at it in the state of Texas, they say, okay, I will agree to show up, and they do so. And we think the same thing is going to happen this time. When a knock comes on their door and DPS officer is there, they realize that the gig is up and it's time to get to Austin, Texas.
What is DPS? The Department of Pooper Trooper? I have no idea.
And so we do expect a quorum to be coming sometime soon. But
Department of Public Safety, gotcha.
Listen, if it's not, we're not afraid because a special session lasts 30 days. And I will be calling special session after special session. And we are going to get these maps passed, regardless of how long the Democrats hold out in these leftist states like Illinois, New York, and others.
So if you get
Leftist
12,
states.
you've got a quorum to go ahead with this. Will you leave the others out of state? Or are you going to try to pursue them or get the other states to return them? How far are you going to go?
Martha, I got to tell you, I think they fit right in Illinois and New York, and they talk about staying there. I'm not sure that they're needed back in the state of Texas. You know, you talked about taking care of the business in the state of Texas. It's not just redistricting, Martha. I put on this special session agenda responding to the devastating flooding, the deadly flooding took place in the state of Texas. These Democrats, because they broke quorum, have tied the hands of the state to be able to address the needs of our fellow Texans. Our fellow Texans are angry at these Democrats who are not showing up and doing their job.
Yeah. Well, and Beto O'Rourke says that he thinks that what they're doing is the highest form of public service. And I want to just take a quick look at a couple of these maps. This is Massachusetts. In Massachusetts, there are only 9 House members. They are all Democrats. And there's no GOP House member from the state of Massachusetts, despite the fact that President Trump won 36% of the vote there in 2024. But let's put the GOP in Texas.
36% of the vote there, okay.
As well, because in Texas, 56% voted for the GOP in 2024 in the presidential election, and 66% GOP control of Texas in congressional districts. So some would look at that and say, well, you know, that looks pretty good.
So 2 things about that, Martha. One is one of the surprising developments of all this is the revelation of the gerrymandering in California, in Illinois, in New York, in Massachusetts, like what you were talking about. Americans had no idea the way that they had drawn those lines. The other thing, Martha, is
also remember. Oh boy, okay. Remember, okay. Our system is so important, and proportional representation doesn't matter because we need to have more representation and that's why the Senate is important and the Electoral College is important. But oh boy, when they feel like they're being wronged, you better fucking believe they're going to throw up these percentages. This is a valueless, worthless, okay, collection of human beings. I don't know if that extends to the entire party, but at the very least, the lawmakers are evil.
Developments of all this is the revelation of the gerrymandering in California, in Illinois, in New York, in Massachusetts, like what you were talking about. Americans had no idea the way that they had drawn those lines. The other thing, Martha, is this, and that is 4 of the 5 districts that are going to be added are predominantly Hispanic districts. We're ensuring that Hispanic voters and all voters in the state of Texas are going to be able to vote for their candidate of choice, which happens to be Republican. Democrats have turned their backs on Hispanic voters and others, and those voters are coming to the Republican Party.
All right, we're going to watch closely. We'll see what happens, Governor Abbott. Thank you very much. Good to have you here today.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page.
We want to turn now to new developments out of Texas as Republicans seek to pressure Democratic representatives to return to Austin. Texas Republican Senator John Cornyn says the FBI has agreed to his request to assist Texas law enforcement in locating the Democrats who fled the state to block the...
Is there actually any analysis on gerrymandering by party? Yeah, there's a ton of them posted online. I'm pretty sure most of them say that... I don't give a fuck about the Asmongold shit. I think most of them say that I think the Republican states tend to be districted a lot less fairly. Although when I looked at the totality of lawmakers, like Republican to Democrat, it actually seems fair across the entire U.S., but that might not be a good way of looking at it, actually. Now I'm thinking, because different state populations might... I don't actually think that is a good way of looking at it. Never mind. I forget when I said that a few days ago. I forget when I said that now.
Start of a special legislative session and a Trump-backed plan to draw new lines for the state's congressional districts. Now, it's unclear what authority the FBI actually has to compel members to return to Texas. It does come as Texas Attorney General and Cornyn primary opponent Ken Paxton launched an investigation into a political group run by former Congressman Beto O'Rourke for funding Democrats who left the state, who are...
Wait, am I... Oh, okay. Wait, that's not him, is it?
investigation members to return to Texas. It does come as Texas Attorney General and Cohen
That's Ken Paxton or whatever. Okay, sorry, I just got really confused for a second.
primary opponent Ken Paxton launched an investigation into a political group run by former Congressman Beto O'Rourke for funding Democrats who left the state.
Because this picture came up, I was like, wait.
Who are incurring fines each day they don't return. Democrats, for their part, have shown no signs of backing down to these threats from Texas Republicans. President Trump is also inserting himself into the redistricting fight, posting on social media that he wants to see a new census that excludes immigrants in the U.S. illegally. Experts say the president cannot order a new census without Congress, and it may also raise constitutional questions. Joining me now is Texas State Representative James Telerico. He is one of several Texas House Democrats to leave the state to block this special session. Congressman Telerico, thank you so much for joining me. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So we have to start with this latest news out of Austin that I was just setting up. Senator Cornyn saying the FBI has agreed to his request to assist Texas law enforcement in locating the Democrats who fled the state. What is your reaction to this allegation that you broke a law?
Well, I think Senator Cornyn is trying to win a primary battle against Ken Paxton. That's probably what this is mostly about. But it should trouble all of us that elected officials like Senator Cornyn or Attorney General Paxton or Governor Abbott or President Trump are using the power of their office to go after duly elected state legislators. I was elected by the people in my district back in Texas, and I swore an oath not to Donald Trump, not to Greg Abbott or Ken Paxton or John Cornyn. I swore an oath to the Constitution.
Our districts here in Massachusetts are set in a fucking bipartisan agreement, so they can't say this was deliberately against them. If they really only got 36 of the vote share, 36%, considering, because Republicans tend to live in more rural areas, I don't know if I wonder if it's even possible to give them a seat or two. Or if you would have to draw like the most, I don't even know what the fuck, what is Massachusetts? Or if you would have to draw like the most like crazy wacky thing to like have to get like a Republican majority district. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe there's an easy way to do it.
And I take that oath very seriously.
Jesus Christ, I guess how you get one Republican district in Massachusetts. Oh. Just for fun, I tried to draw a single GOP district in Massachusetts, and Massachusetts was still a 51-49 Dem seat. Oh, like that's what the vote would be, 51-49. Oh, yeah, because if it's 36%, it's that heavy. That's nice.
Seriously, and I plan to fulfill it. That's why we came here to Illinois, to stop this Trump power grab in Texas and stop them from redrawing our political maps in the middle of the decade, which is unprecedented, and would allow them to shield the president from accountability in the next election.
Well, I guess the question becomes, Congressman, how long are you prepared for this fight, given the fact that it could cost you $400,000 for fleeing the state? You're being fined on a daily basis. Should you stay away during the potential successive legislative session, you could face more than $3.2 million in penalties. Obviously, some members have families, other things that they need to be focused on. Is it realistic to stay out of the state for a prolonged period?
Well, we could drive ourselves crazy with hypotheticals. We have all committed to at least staying out of the state capitol for the remainder of this special session, which lasts...
Oh, Jesus. Don't listen to them. The presidential race doesn't fucking matter. For the House, they only got 10% of the votes. Oh, Jesus. This is in the U.S. House of Representatives. They got... It's 10 to 80, and then 8 points for independence. Jesus, okay.
2 weeks. We were already there in Austin at the state capitol for the first 2 weeks of the special session, and we were breaking quorum for the last 2 weeks to kill these rigged maps and stop this corrupt special session. And what happens after that is anyone's guess. The governor does have the power to call us back. We're also seeing these developments in blue states that are threatening retaliation. Some of them are moving forward with that retaliation. And we're seeing Republican legislators in other states and Republican Congress members speaking out against this corrupt process. So a lot is changing. I think this is a fluid situation. We're not going to get distracted with hypotheticals. We're focused on the mission at hand, which is killing these maps and ending this corrupt special session.
Well, I want to change gears a little bit and ask you about the Democratic Party more broadly. Let me put up some new poll numbers. This is from our friends at CNBC. It shows that just 22% of respondents have a positive view of the Democratic Party. Congressman, how do you explain that, and how do you combat that in the midterms?
Well, I think that probably includes a lot of Democrats like me who are fed up with the state of our party. And I'm hoping that Texas Democrats are showing a path forward for national Democrats. You know, in Texas, we are living with the consequences of Republican extremism every day. Not only this redistricting power grab, but also a voucher scam that's defunding our local schools, the most extreme abortion ban in the country that endangers the lives of women and girls across Texas.
Listening to those Kerr County residents soy out about receiving ARPA funds is pretty fucking crazy. That's fucking insane. I'm pretty sure people died in Texas when their power grid started charging like $3,000 per kilowatt hour when all of their power shit shut off. Did people die in that winter? Weren't there a few? Texas, snowstorm, deaths. 246 motherfuckers. God damn.
Texas, the failure to expand Medicaid, which means we have the highest number of uninsured people in the entire country. So my constituents are living with the consequences of that Republican extremism every day. And Texas Democrats, even when we're in the minority, we know how to use every tool in our toolbox to fight for the people of our state. And I think that's what folks across the country are looking for in a new Democratic Party, a fighting spirit, an ability to deliver for people and not just lie down and play dead.
You know, you said something that's interesting, fighting against this extremism, and I wonder how you see the broader message coming together for the midterm. Should it be a message about, as you say, extremism, or does it need to focus more on pocketbook issues like Medicare, like Medicaid? What do you think is going to be a winning message for Democrats? Because
Tell them! I know some of you fuckers. I know some of you staffer fucks listen to me, okay? It's extremist messaging, okay, on moderate issues. Don't get baited into this fucking, the table, the pocketbook, and the kitchen table. That's silly as fuck. And nobody talks about that. Nobody gives a fuck about that. And when they do talk about it, they're virtue signaling about it, okay? You have to message extremely, all right? Extremely on moderate issues. You don't have to be an extremist.
that has been one of the
You
challenges
just have to be extremely awesome.
for the party.
Well, and I don't think it's an either-or choice. The extremism is what's affecting people's pocketbooks. You know, I just...
Okay.
I just talked about these bills they've passed that are defunding schools, that are taking away health care, that are raising costs for everyday Texans. So the extremism is the problem, and it's what is holding working families back from being able to provide for their kids and build a...
What does extreme messaging for moderate issues look like? It looks like making fun of white people for not being able to swim when Texas floods. That's what it looks like, okay? You know what it looks like.
Futures.
You go to my Twitter feed.
So, I think it's important that we
like 20%
connect the dots here and help folks understand why electing extreme politicians hurts themselves, their families, and their neighborhoods. And I should say, Kristen, that this gerrymandering attempt is the heart of the problem, because when politicians draw their own lines, when they insulate themselves from the will of the public, it leads to more extreme politics and more extreme policymaking. That's why we are shining a national spotlight on this problem, because it is the rot at the core of our broken political system.
Congressman, I have to ask you, broadly speaking, a few months ago, podcaster Joe Rogan said you should consider running for president. You've had a few months to think about it. Is that something that you can imagine being in your future? How do you see that?
What a question. 3 years. Can we do the midterms first? Jesus.
I was thankful for his kind words. I'm focused on the job I have as a state representative. A lot of our politics has become nationalized, and people mostly care about national politics, but there's so much happening in state capitals all over this country that probably has more of an impact on people's day-to-day lives. And I hope we can keep our eye on the ball, especially with this power grab in Texas, because if this goes through, it's going to affect the rest of the country. It's going to allow Donald Trump to shield himself from the voters, shield himself from accountability in the next election. So this is the job I have and the one that I'm focused on right now.
And apologies, I called you Congressman. I elevated you state representative. James Telerico. Thank you.
I understand
so
what you mean.
I elevated you. Are you saying serving the U.S. Congress is a more elevated job than serving his state?
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Rude.
But what if you talk about state sovereignty and saying, if the majority does that and the state legislature wants to do that, then they should. But they're under pressure from the White House to do this. I mean, the White House are the ones who reached out to Texas and urged them to do this. They're now trying to get other states to do it too. But what if you talk about state sovereignty and say...
Katie Collins is this person, right? I feel like this person needs to stop being a reporter or whatever the fuck they do, and they just need to have a show, okay? I feel like she's like stealth based. I feel like this is like one of the most based people in all the liberal media. Her questions are always killer questions, okay? When she's like in the White House office press briefing or whatever bullshit, when they're doing the press briefing things or whatever, I feel like she's always on point. This is her show. Oh, okay. I feel like I need to see more of her. Why do I not see more of her? Radiant.
Saying, if the majority does that and the state legislature wants to do that, then they should. But they're under pressure from the White House.
Oh, Caitlin Collins, not Katie, sorry.
To do this. I mean, the White House are the ones who reached out to Texas and urged them to do this. They're now trying to get other states to do it too.
That framing is important, and it needs to be front and center in everybody's minds. This isn't really just Texas doing a thing, okay? This is at the behest of the White House, okay? This is the Trump administration is coming down on states saying, like, we need you to redistrict so that we can win as hard as we possibly can in 2026, okay?
Well, listen, Beto O'Rourke came to Omaha 2 nights ago, and his message to Democrats in Omaha was, you get ruthless. We will not get our power back unless we're ruthless. Like, we're up against people here that will do anything. Trust me. I've got people in costumes following me out of bathrooms in Lincoln, Nebraska. There is a problem in this country.
That's just how they dress there. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
Like, the Democrats are motivated. Their tagline is ruthless, and their goal is power. So
Yeah,
that's the world we're living in.
I think some people might look at that and say, well, Beto O'Rourke is, you know, an unsuccessful Senate candidate. J.D. Vance is the vice president of the United States, putting that pressure on. But let me ask you, because
what?
Oh, Trump's tired of getting bullied. Trump's not going to let this slide anymore. If he needs to gerrymander, he's going to gerrymander. And if they want to add stars to the flag, okay, we'll just take Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. And it doesn't have to be aggressively. We can take it peacefully. It will be a mostly peaceful invasion. And those are 3 states. That means 6 Republican senators. See what we did there?
Don't forget Greenland. Exactly.
Greenland. Dana
exactly.
said.
Don't forget Greenland. Don't forget Greenland. And Iceland.
Forget Greenland. Exactly.
Greenland. Dana
exactly.
said.
I'm
Dana
all for
said.
it now.
16
I am
seats.
totally for it now. Kennedy, I'm at.
That should have been a single chuckle. I hate this guy. I hate this guy so much. I feel like he's been around for a long time, and I feel like I don't have enough hatred in my heart for him. Like I've been late to the game hating this motherfucker.
Stop what you're doing and duck under your desk. Democrats are saying the N-word.
This is very dangerous. That everything we're doing right now smacks of the Cold War. And what we're talking about is launching nukes at each other. If you launch missiles at us, we have to launch missiles at you, and it will never end.
Countries only threaten to use nukes when their very survival's at stake. The fact that Democrats are threatening to go nuclear is a tell.
I want the country to have a completely nonpartisan drawing of the lines based on the census. But if they're going to do that and go nuclear, so am I.
Have you noticed what Democrats have been willing to die for? Trump basically banned windmills. No reaction. Remember global warming was going to end the world? Guess not. They firebombed Teslas. Why? They did that because Doge discovered USAID. That was their little...
Discovered USAID. Yes, a completely hidden top secret subsection of the U.S. State Department. Thank you.
Money laundering racket. They went to the mattresses for that.
Money laundering racket. Where are all the charges for that, by the way? I know one person was charged. Oh, but that investigation started under Biden.
When else did Democrats get violent? ICE raids. They rioted to keep illegals. Now, why do they want to keep illegals here so badly? Political power. Illegals' kids will vote Democrat. But also, illegals are counted in the census, and the census determines congressional districts. So the more illegals you have in New York and California, the more House seats Democrats get. These are the 3 legs to the Democrat bar stool: USAID, illegals, and gerrymandering.
We are in a fight for democracy, a fight for our democratic lives. And I think that if the Republicans can have their will in these deep red states, the Democratic states have to step up. We have to have a national fight about this.
Now, do you see why them losing a few House seats in Texas turned into a national fight? Now do you see why they're dropping the N-word? Barack Obama has been very quiet, but he came out with a blistering attack on Texas. Barry knows. The Raging Cajun is taking this so seriously that he's threatening to colonize an island.
If the Democrats win the presidency, the Senate, and the House in 2028, which is not impossible, they are just going to have to unilaterally add Puerto Rico and the District of Columbia states, and they may have to expand the court to 13 members. If you want to save democracy, I think you got to do all of those things.
Pack the court, add 2 Democrat states, 52 stars on the flag. Why? Just because Texas is redrawn?
Fuck, I think it was a 538 article. People always just say that there's an element of truth to what they're saying. The U.S. Census does count illegal immigrants, I believe. It counts everybody that answers the census. And the illegal immigrant count can add towards a state's population when it comes to allotting or apportioning seats in the House of Representatives. So Republicans make this claim that illegal immigrants are significantly helping Democrats gain seats in the House. However, we read a 538 article on this a long time ago. I wish I could find this again. maybe we could do our own analysis, or someone in chat could. I think those illegal immigrants that go to the United States tend to be highly concentrated in places like California, where they're already quite democratic. And I think what happens is because you have illegal immigrants that also go to like Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, that if you were to actually remove all of them from the census, I think the analysis that I saw showed that Republicans overall would probably lose 1 or 2 seats. That it wouldn't actually help Republicans at all. I wonder if this is a fight that that Democrats just should give up, or just should say, oh, well, fine, we just won't count them for the House anymore, because the illegal immigration populations are so like highly concentrated in like huge population states like California that it would hurt Republicans more than Dems. But I don't know. I'll try to find this.
Drawing some lines. This type of battle cry to save democracy is reaching the same fever pitch that we heard right before Butler. Now, some people say, let's only kick out the criminal illegals. Let's wait till 2030 to redistrict. Let's just chill on Doge. You're playing into their hands. The Democrat Party has waged unrelenting political warfare for 3 decades. The president's been shot, spied on, arrested, impeached twice. We've been debanked, censured. Republicans' homes have been raided. Republicans have been shackled, investigated, abused. The country was invaded. Our tax dollars are being stolen by their nonprofits. Their schools are indoctrinating our children. They're conducting sick operations on them. They've corrupted athletics, staged coups, been caught ballot harvesting. I wonder. It's been a bloodthirsty battle for power. And we haven't even been fighting until now. Finally, Trump's fighting back. And this time, he's not fighting for his own political survival. The Democrat Party is. They just lost 7 swing states. Donors lost over $1 billion. They're struggling to defend the biggest cover-up in U.S. history. And the party's broke. And the least popular it's ever been. Kind of makes you...
It's just, remember, people listen to this shit like this for like 12 hours a day. We're listening to the least extreme stuff that you can hear. This isn't even going into like the Rumble streams, the Facebook memes, the Instagram AI shit. Like,
you realize they've only been competitive because of shenanigans. Let's not forget, Democrats rigged the 2020 census by including illegal aliens. Remember, they sued Donald Trump. They sued the administration. They fought tooth and nail to include illegal aliens in the census. 20 to 30 of House Democrat seats wouldn't exist but for illegal.
20 to 30? This guy is fucking crazy. If the only person that they lock up forever is this guy when the new Democrats win, I'll be okay with it. If they don't investigate it. If they just get this motherfucker.
Aliens. We're not going to take it anymore. Trump's drawing a line in the sand. He wants illegals out of the census and out of the country. Quote, I've instructed our Department of Commerce to immediately begin work on a new and highly accurate census based on modern day facts and figures, and importantly, using the resultant information gained from the presidential election of 24. People who are in our country illegally will not be counted in the census. Democrats used illegal immigration and gerrymandering to rig the map and boost their power in the House. And Trump's saying no mas. With the way the census works, it has to be done in the year that ends with 5. So Trump's on the clock. MSNBC says if he does, Democrats are getting nuked.
Could really be the unraveling of our democratic system if we start getting into a situation where states are just trying to rack up the numbers and paying no attention to their constituents.
Americans put Trump in office for this exact reason, to unravel a corrupt system, a system where politicians got rich off insider trading and got powerful from illegal immigration. Every Republican state should look at the battle lines and do what's right. It's unacceptable to count illegals in a census that gives Democrats back the House. Do you want to give them back the House based off funky numbers so they can have an impeachment hat trick and slow down deportations and keep sending millions of dollars to Guatemala for sex change?
I think this was the article. I talked to 3 political scientists who all took a stab at quantifying how much each state's population would change if some of the people who seem most likely to be affected by the question, immigrants, non-citizens, and Latinos, simply went uncounted. All 3 used different assumptions about how people will feel when they're confronted with a questionnaire, a kind of statistical choose-your-own-adventure game. You can see 5 estimates calculated by those researchers in the chart below. These estimates make different assumptions about who will be missed by the census, which led to a fairly substantial difference in how evenly the undercount was distributed and which states were most affected. Estimates for population loss in California alone range from almost 700,000 over 1.8 million. Notably, the Census Bureau's own estimate was by far the most conservative. Let's take a closer look. And then estimates of how an undercount would affect the apportionment of U.S. representatives after the 2020 census for states where any impact was estimated in 5 scenarios from researchers. Difference in number of seats due to an undercount. So what is MT? Is that Montana? What other state could it possibly be? Yes. Okay. So California. So in 1, we would have California loses 1, Montana gains 1. In this, you'd have AL as Alabama would gain 1, and Montana would gain 1. California and Texas would lose 1. And this, you've got Montana. MN is Minnesota. Wait, or is Maine? MN state. No, Minnesota. And Montana would gain 1 in Alabama. Wait, AL is Alabama, or is it Alaska? AL state. Alabama, okay. And then California, Florida would lose 1, and Texas would lose 1. But yeah, there's like, I don't think it's guaranteed that like one side would even gain or lose a lot. And I think there are estimates where like it could end up actually helping, it could actually end up helping Dems by like 1 seat, depending on like what assumptions you make. I don't know. I don't think it's a huge deal one way or another. It's the same thing with the like the mail-in voting stuff. Like Republicans fight so hard against it. Mail-in voting dramatically helped Democrats for the 2020 election because Donald Trump fed them lies and said that it was all going to be rigged. But generally, mail-in voting was either a wash or it like slightly favored Republicans, because I think the majority of the people that mail-in vote, or a lot of them in the past before 2020, were like military people. They would mail-in vote. So I think it's not worth fighting against. Yeah.
Changes and hold hearings on DEI. Nancy Pelosi says if she gets back in power, she wants to start cutting off your kids' dinglings again.
That is something that I'm working for.
You okay, bro?
Nancy Pelosi says if she gets back in power, she wants to start cutting off your kids' dinglings again.
Okay.
That is something that I'm working for at the national level, and we have, how can I say, are hoping that we can have gender affirming care for our trans kids, and that it's a sad thing for us.
There's too much at stake. We have to lock in voter ID. We have to gerrymander the Reds, kick the migrants out of the country and the census, and get to the bottom of the Biden cover-up. And finally, get accountability for the scoundrels who criminalized America first. But none of this works if we don't round up bad hombres.
This is the kind of thing where people have to step up. I'm stepping up. Hopefully, a whole bunch of other former officers, former ICE agents will step up, and we'll meet those recruitment goals immediately, and we'll help protect this country.
If you believe in America first, join ICE. You get a $50,000 bonus, and you get to jump out of a van and tackle illegals with Superman. Cohen says his phone's blowing up.
I actually just have a LinkedIn account, and I had to shut it down because I had thousands and thousands of people reaching out to me. Bottom line, you got a lot of patriots.
We're talking about the possibility of extinguishing a political party. This party's on the ropes and could be out of power for a very long time if we follow through. They're actually powerless to stop the movement. It's why they're pulling stunts to fool their base into thinking they're fighting. Trump's using the system they created to win. So Democrats are forced to go outside of the system to save what's left of their party. They've been reduced to locking themselves in ICE jails and claiming Homan threw away the key.
We were greeted by a master.
I wouldn't be so quick to dismiss it and quit fighting for it, because how many times have we done that? Bush-Gore Florida election, Jan 6, and see where we're at now. Well, the Bush-Gore shit should have never been dropped. That was crazy. Jan 6 stuff should have never been dropped. That was crazy. And also, when I say drop it, I mean, strategically, I wouldn't say that we just concede it entirely. I think that you should make a, like, if they want to do it, they should say something like, oh, okay, how about we do this? Let's no longer count illegals on the census. You might need a constitutional amendment to do this, but let's say we agree. Okay, let's drop illegals and everything on the census. Let's rebalance the House, though. Like, let's add like 50 more seats to the House of Representatives so that we can have a more fair representation of everybody in the United States, because that's what we want, right? I think that I feel like it's really hard for one side to look reasonable, assuming everybody's on the same page. If somebody is agreeing to what you want and then asking for a concession, it makes that side look a lot more reasonable, I think. Kind of like with the illegal, or not with the illegal, kind of like with the voter ID stuff. Like, I think Dems should just say, hey, you want to do voter ID for voting? Okay, cool. Let's just have like a free federal ID as well. Like, boom, it should be easy.
Agent who refused to give us his name, who refused to show his face, and who proceeded to lock the door, keeping us, in essence, incarcerated because we cannot go in or out.
We have a new hoax alert.
New hoax alert. New hoax alert. New hoax alert.
Homeland Security says this. This is deeply unserious. The members were not trapped and were free to leave whenever they would like. In fact, the BOP, which manages this facility, had to close the gates to prevent the media from trespassing. In LA, Mayor Karen Bass, still being a Karen, she says Los Angeles is disappearing.
When one breadwinner, one wage earner is gone and disappears, when that is taken away from you, that just doesn't destabilize a family. That destabilizes a neighborhood, but we are not going to allow this administration to destabilize our great city.
Bass claimed ICE raids were shutting down car washes, remember? But Johnny pulled up and got a deluxe.
The mayor says nobody's getting their car washed because of ICE. Well, we're at a car wash, it's packed. So what are we gonna do? We're getting our car washed. How busy has it been? Yeah, everything.
Even though illegals are on the run, LA is still running. Karen's just in a tizzy because her political power is disappearing. But nothing's stopping Homan. He's like a bloodhound on the trail. South Park gets it.
Like, how are they spinning this to be in favor of themselves? You understand that, like, do you know what you're watching here? Do you understand what you're looking at? This is like Donald Trump is like Hassan, and these guys right here, this is like Frogan and Denims and Casey Tron, and like Homan is like, these people are like Dan Clancy. Like, they're all just feeding into each other. Well, except Hassan doesn't visit his orbiters, but Trump does.
South Park gets it.
Remember, only detain the round ones. President Trump's political fortunes are improving. CNBC has his approval rating surging 2 points over the summer. The country backs what he's doing on immigration. And economic optimism is up.
If you voted for Donald Trump, this is exactly, almost to the letter, what you wanted. Element after element, he delivered exactly what he said he was going to do. And that's why his own voters believe that this has been an incredibly successful presidency.
We're 200 days in. Imagine what could be accomplished over the next 200 days if we keep this pace. We already have a big, beautiful rose garden patio. Now the women's high heels won't be sloshing around in the dirt. Happy wife, happy life. We already have a big, beautiful rose garden patio. Now the women's high heels won't be sloshing around in the dirt. Happy wife, happy life. See what I mean? Anything's possible. We just have to be Nike and just do it. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.
With firearms and police gear. He's still at large, and the FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to his capture. Dad, what?
How long have I been muted for? Why are you guys responding to me in chat like I'm talking? Fuck you! Hey! I don't have a soundboard for that.
What is your reaction to this political assassination?
He's just getting started.
Oh, wait, we've watched this already. This is a month old. I think we've watched this already.
Think this guy's going to kill more people?
No, I think more people like him are going to start popping up, killing more people.
And you're smiling about that.
Democrats have gerrymandered the vote beyond recognition to try to maintain their advantage in the House elections. On top of that, let's not forget, Democrats...
Did you say something about the Rose Garden? I just said it looks like you're walking down, like, I don't know, some street downtown in Toronto, and you're outside like a shitty Italian restaurant, and you're just like the cheap like plastic tables with the dumb umbrella. I don't know, it just looks fucking horrible.
Rigged the 2020 census by including illegal aliens. Remember, they sued Donald Trump. They sued the administration.
Who is they? Who sued Donald Trump for what? Who sued the admin for what?
Fought tooth and nail to include illegal aliens in the census. 20 to 30 of House Democrat seats wouldn't exist but for illegal aliens. Texas is taking just a small corrective step against this ocean of fraud, this ocean of abuse by the corrupt Democrat Party. Democrats have gerrymandered the vote beyond recognition.
Uh-oh. Wait, what?
Okay.
Update, the debate never happened. Kirk ran again. How surprising.
All right, just curious.
But like not Nick Fuentes though. Not Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, no, I definitely say that Nick Fuentes is worse than Meston. I mean, anybody that would disagree with that is kind of crazy.
Right. But like you're willing to debate Nick Fuentes, but not this.
You know, in retrospect, I probably wouldn't have debated Nick Fuentes. Like, if I could do it all again, I would probably like save myself like the time and the energy and the effort.
These guys. It's all good. You should be afraid.